Well, good morning, everyone. Today is November 3rd. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm here to do your spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. I'm excited about the meditation. I'll tell you why I'm excited about it in a second. Let's go ahead and get to that screen. I am excited because I am experiencing so many issues with technology today that I truly feel that it is indicative of a great meditation in front of us. I really do because it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense for YouTube still to be trying to load a video. So let's go ahead and get into this November 3rd meditation, spiritual principle day. Let's see what it is. Service brings out the best in us. I like that. Just as making amends teaches us to be more forgiving, selfless service brings generosity, compassion, and awareness of purpose, guiding principles, tradition two, word by word. Okay. It says service gives us practice at interacting with others and becomes the basis of mutual support and connection. Whether we show up early to make coffee, take a panel into a mental health facility, or contribute our experience to a new literature project, each act of service offers lessons we can carry into our daily lives. Some sponsors have a way of tricking us into service. We tag along to fill literature orders, and the next thing we know, we're committee members. We become more generous with our time and energy because we find some satisfaction in helping out. Plus, the company's good and its cost is nothing. So, what it actually says, plus the company's good and it doesn't cost a thing. That is what it actually says. Sorry about that, guys. Ad-libbing. Our generosity extends to the rest of our relationships as well. Going the extra mile to help friends, family, and at times even strangers. We feel ourselves changing as we become more big hearted and less self obsessed. We show up early to open the meeting facility, knowing we may be the first person a newcomer encounters. One member shared, I know that the seats I'm setting up in my home group are the same seats that were set up for me before I got here. We remember how we felt when we set foot in our first meeting, anxious, guarded, and just a little hopeful. We see ourselves in these potential new members. Our hearts swell with compassion as we welcome them. Service gives us a sense of purpose. Each time we say yes to a service opportunity, we connect with and contribute to something greater than ourselves. Acts of service to the fellowship deepen our devotion to Narcotics Anonymous. We are thoughtful and caring individuals, qualities we discovered and honed in a service. We have a we have built a life worth staying clean for. I love that. We have built a life worth staying clean for. Indeed. Indeed. In closing, I will nurture my humanity by serving Narcotics Anonymous, my family, my friends, and my community. I like that, although I probably wouldn't have phrased it quite like that. I have the nerve to want to be analytical today. Oh my goodness. Is this not a good meditation? November 3rd, service brings out the best in us. You know what? I can say from my own personal experience, I don't have much time to close this up because I have two now that I need to make sure that are uploaded. But what I can say from my own personal experience is that service brought out the best in me. Narcotics Anonymous was the first opportunity that I had that was not religious to actually do service work. And it felt like to a community, right? Later, I learned that the things that I was doing within Narcotics Anonymous on a service level were some of the same things that you would do if you were setting up a board meeting for the board of directors for a company. The process was very similar when the committees would meet in Narcotics Anonymous. They were very similar to a board of director meetings for businesses. A lot of the skills that I learned as far as how to conduct business and carry a fair procedure in the sense of making sure that everything was objectionable, everyone was able to give input and not feel muted. A lot of that I learned came from Narcotics Anonymous. And then I learned that there's all these companies all over the world that want to make the world a better place. And I learned how to do service work in Narcotics Anonymous, giving of my time and my energy, not expecting anything back because I believed in what Narcotics Anonymous represents, is that any addict can stop using, lose the desire to use, and find a new way of living. I believed in that because I had personally experienced it. So when I would go in and set up and get the coffee made and get the chairs in the right place and get the literature stand ready for the IPs, when I would do that, I realized that someone did that for me. Those very same things that I walked into in my first meeting, I was now doing to make sure that the newcomer had access to recovery, whether it be through an IP, through the meeting, through literature, through sharing, through maintaining the atmosphere of recovery in the meeting as the chairperson, um, as the secretary, making sure that the coffee was ready, making sure we had all of our supplies that we needed. I learned that. I learned that in Narcotics Anonymous, and I devoted time and energy to it and still do because I still believe in it. Here's the question. I end with this. Where are you at with the spiritual principle of service? What level of service do you have in Narcotics Anonymous? And if you don't have anything that you are doing service wise, are you able to lend your ear and your heart to the newcomer after the meeting for a few minutes? Are you able to be in the meeting a little bit early so that you can welcome the newcomer and invite them to sit down up front with you? See, there's always a way in Narcotics Anonymous to improve our ability to serve others. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I'm going to end the meditation now and